So you heard that journaling can help you realize your most ambitious dreams. But how do you know if you're doing it right? I understand that we would love to be able to journal in just 5 minutes. But true transformation comes through deep reflection. And if you've been doing it the same way for years and it hasn't worked out for you, then maybe it's time to change it. Oh, honey, I hope you're ready for this episode. If you are, get your pen, get your Post-it, get your ambition planner, and let's go. Hello, Ambition Babes. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion, also known as the Face of Ambition, across all social media platforms as well as wherever you stream your podcast. And today we're talking about all things journaling. As most of you all know, I have just released the Goals and Gratitude Journal, and I am so excited to finally be able to gift you all my baby. She's a project that I've been working on for a long time because I have tried for years to make journaling a habit. And through a lot of trial and error and frustration, I have found that real transformation comes whenever I am able to sit and reflect and actually put in the work. My mama always said that anything worth having is worth working for. And today I'm going to break down my method of journaling that has been able to help me to build successful businesses, consistently reach my 90-day goals, and drastically improve my mental health and well-being. If you're new to my channel, I help women over 40 to be rich in self-care, rich in time, rich in confidence, and operate out of absolute abundance. But do not worry, honey, if you have found this channel and you are not over the age of 40, I want you to take a moment and thank the algorithm gods for suggesting this video. I am so passionate about helping women realize their dreams, and I cannot wait to break down the journaling practice that you're going to find inside of your Goals and Gratitude Journal, as well as any old journal that you picked up from TJ Maxx 20 years ago. But before we get started, I want to thank the sponsor of this episode, MIDI Health. Can I be real with you for a second? Trying to lose weight should not be an uphill battle. For me, it has taken decades to lose over 70 pounds. And honey, it's just not supposed to take that long. But no matter how much water I drink, no matter how clean you eat, and no matter how many workouts you push yourself through, sometimes our bodies just won't budge. And when you turn to your doctors for answers, way too often you get this dismissive answer and they just tell you to work harder. And it's just so frustrating. But what if I told you that it was not just willpower? It's not just about your diet and exercise. Many times for women of a certain age, it's hormonal. And that is why so many women are turning to MIDI Health. MIDI is a virtual care clinic built by women for women. Because we deserve healthcare that actually listens to us and offers us real solutions. There is no shame in realizing that you cannot always do it alone and that you need support on your journey. MIDI clinicians specialize in perimenopause, menopause, and weight management, including prescription GLP-1 medication like semaglutide, which helps regulate your appetite and support sustainable weight loss when paired with healthy habits. Booking an appointment is simple. In just minutes, you can set up your account, enter your insurance, share your symptoms, and schedule a virtual visit with a specialist who actually gets it. And the very best part is that they accept insurance in all 50 states. Girl, you do not have to struggle alone. If you're feeling stuck, unheard, and exhausted from trying absolutely everything, consider this your sign to take the next step. Go to trymidi.com/Dion to schedule your appointment today. You deserve to feel and look your absolute best. So make sure that you click the link in my description or visit trymidi.com/Dion to book your appointment with MIDI today. Your health, your confidence, your life is worth it. Thank you, MIDI Health, for being the sponsor of this episode and a continuous supporter of our community. Okay, sis, so I hope that you grab your pen, your Post-it, and your ambition planner because I'm ready to get started. And I truly hate to burst your bubble, but perhaps you're journaling all wrong. The number one mistake that individuals make whenever they're trying to manifest what they're journaling is that they are writing down their thoughts too quickly and trying to move on. Many people are treating journaling like a checklist instead of an opportunity to open up, heal, and rediscover yourself. Journaling is a time for deep reflection, not a time to just say, I want to do this, I got to do that, I would like to accomplish the other. This is absolutely no shade, but 5 minutes is simply just not enough. I know that time is money, but what if I told you that perhaps you're missing out on your financial blessing because you don't even know why you want to make more money? You don't know how much more you want to make. You've never stopped to reflect on what it would feel like if you had more money. Before we even get to reflecting on if you had more money, what does more mean? extra hundred, extra thousand, a few million. What would you use that extra money for? How would it change your life? Would it change how individuals experience you? Would it change your life for the better, or can you even be trusted with that amount of money? Perhaps you are afraid of making more. You've gotten so settled in the life that you have and the things that you've already accomplished that the idea of more may seem like more work, more money, more problems, right? You've only seen individuals misappropriate money whenever they've had it, so how do you know that you're not going to just do the same? Perhaps you have a poverty mindset and you've not even realized it. True journaling requires depth, consistency, and intentionality. The breakthrough that you deserve sometimes just cannot happen in 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and have to warn you that I'm gonna be name dropping this absolutely life-changing book that I'm reading by Julia Cameron called The Artist's Way. If you've ever read it, or if you've ever encountered anyone that has read it, you already know the life shift that it creates. This book has opened like the third dimension of my mind and has exposed me to the fact that I have so many mental blocks that could completely be removed if I took time and journaled. If I sat with my true feelings, my desires, and my dreams. If I took the moment and was actually honest with myself that the breakthrough that I desired, the relationship with God I wanted, the desires that I had for my family and my finances were already mine, but I had a mental block that was cutting me off from being able to experience it. In The Artist's Way, Julia has this method called morning pages. And what she suggests is that you write 3 full pages worth of content every single day. 3 full pages of your own words and thoughts. 3. If it sounds like a lot, it's because it is. But for the past few weeks, I have been doing the work. And what I will say is that the very first week that I started doing this long form of journaling, it took me forever. I felt like my hand was cramping. I kept wanting to reach for my cell phone. And I was finding myself extremely uncomfortable. But what I realized in that moment is I wasn't comfortable being one with my true feelings. I was writing out thoughts and feelings that I had not allowed myself to honestly express in perhaps my whole life. I never identified as an artist. I barely can call myself a creator with a straight face. I've always felt as if I was good in some things, but not good in others. I've lied to myself over and over again about habits that I was going to create and goals that I wanted to achieve. But being able to take the time to write out my thoughts and feelings in long form as opposed to treating it like a checklist honestly has helped me to break through some of the mental and emotional barriers that were causing me to not being able to show up in my true and most authentic self. Now, clearly I endorse Julia's methodology and I think that everybody should write 3 pages a day. But if you do not have time to write a full 3 pages a day, you have got to start somewhere. And since you guys have asked for a complete walkthrough of the Goals and Gratitude Journal, I think this is the very best time to be able to plug the fact that the Goals and Gratitude Journal has a dedicated space for you to be able to write out your thoughts and feelings. And even though this space has a dedicated amount of lines, there is plenty of space in the back of your journal to continue your thoughts and feelings. Writing in the thoughts and feelings space of your journal allows for you to be able to remove your mental clutter and subconscious blockages. It helps for you to be able to uncover hidden fears, dreams, and desires. It forces you to go beyond the surface level of thoughts and go just a little bit deeper. One of the activities that I absolutely love to do is writing as my higher self. When I write as my higher self, I am writing as the person that I am becoming. I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to do the same old thing the same old way I've always done it. I'm trying to level up, sis. Therefore, I write in the voice of the woman that I am going to become. The woman of my absolute dreams who has realized so many of her goals and shows up unapologetic every single day. She prioritizes her self-care. She's consistent in seeking higher spiritual understanding. She loves getting dressed for herself every day. She enjoys spending time with her partner and her family. She has an outstanding friends group. She's not afraid to disappear and reemerge as another person every few months. I write about her day down to the latte that she orders at her favorite coffee shop. What this simple yet powerful journal entry does is that it helps for you to start manifesting the things that you've written. Why can't I actually have that fancy latte that I journaled about earlier that day? Why can't I actively work towards my fitness goals just like I said the girl in my higher self does? Why can't I desire more and see absolutely nothing wrong with it? When you write about the things that you are asking God to bless you with, it feels as if your thoughts and feelings free fall from your body without your control. You start to name the children that God is going to bless you with. You start to claim the title and position that you know is going to be yours. You start writing about the amazing travel experiences that you're going to have with your future partner or your best girlfriend. When you allow yourself to utilize your journal space and the time that you're dedicating to journaling to actually realize your goals, something switches. Something changes in your body. You start start showing up every single day excited to write in your journal. And you enjoy going back over your journal entries and seeing how God has answered each and every one of your prayers. Oh, because let me be clear, the moment that you start writing in a stream of conscious, those journal entries start turning into prayers. You start speaking to God in a very specific manner. You start thanking Him for the things that He has done and the things that He will do. You start realizing that this is actually not going to happen in my own strength. I have got to tap into a bigger power in order to manifest. You start writing without judgment. You stop limiting yourself to only what you can see. You start utilizing the imagination that God has gifted you with. The first few sentences may feel a little forced, but if you allow yourself to lean into this process without setting a timer, I promise you that the real change that you seek is going to tumble from your fingers and fall into your journal pages one day. So let's talk about the difference between daily journaling and gratitude journaling. Oh, because they are definitely different. And inside your goals and gratitude journal, there is a dedicated space for both. When you start pouring out your thoughts and feelings onto your daily journaling pages, sometimes they come out really negative. Sometimes you start talking about the things that you wish you did do, or things you wish you had done sooner, or the things that you want to learn, or the frustrations that you have. Because that space is sacred, that is absolutely okay. It's a space called thoughts and feelings for a reason. Every day you're not going to want to write in your highest self. Some days you're going to be frustrated. Some day your journal entries may include a few expletives, and that's okay. Although each and every one of us desire to have these most amazing, magical days, honey, every day ain't Sunday. But there is a dedicated space to stop and say thank you. No matter what comes out of your mind whenever you're writing your thoughts and feelings, the dedicated space for just practicing gratitude is just for that. It's time to stop and say thank you. You want to be the one that turns around and say, thank you, God, for everything that you've done. I don't have what I want. I'm not living where I want to. I wish I could accomplish these things. I didn't actually reach these goals. I've gained a few extra pounds. I said I wasn't going to do it and I did. But I'm grateful for the fact that your grace and mercy endures forever. I'm grateful for this amazing day and breath inside of my lungs. When you start writing in your gratitude section and allow that same stream of conscious to flow into this section of your goals and gratitude journal, this is when the real transformation happens. This is when you realize that no matter what I'm going through, be it good or bad, I've got so much to be grateful for. I will say that when you first start out practicing gratitude, it may feel very difficult to identify exactly what you're grateful for. I do suggest that you start out with 3 to 5 bullet points of the things that you just want to say thank you for. Do not worry if they sound generic at first. Do not worry if every single day you say life, health, and strength. Because what I can promise you is that over time, and with practice, you'll become more and more accustomed with the practice of saying thank you. You'll even start saying thank you for the things that haven't happened yet. If I'm not mistaken, they call that faith. The last and most important section of your gratitude journal that I want to cover today is actually writing out your goals. If you all are taking a part in our 12-week Reset and Reinvent Yourself challenge, you know that I have already exhausted the reason why you want to write out no more than 3 goals. But those goals should be written out inside of your goals and gratitude journal using the SMART goal methodology. Inside of the planner, it asks you some questions that are going to help you to be specific, measurable, attainable. Identify if this goal is achievable, relevant, and what time you're going to complete it by. Every single week, there is a dedicated space over the next 12 weeks for you to reflect on how you did the week before. I absolutely love the weeks whenever I open my journal and I'm honest about how I did towards my goals last week. If you guys watched my video last week, you all know that there was one of the 3 goals that I didn't get that much work accomplished on. I couldn't seem to get focused all week. And so when it came to answering the questions in my goals and gratitude journal about how this week was and what things that I accomplish, I had to be honest. I had to say that I didn't do anything. I had to say that I did try, but I only gave it about 1% effort. What I have found is that the weekly goal check-ins is probably the most powerful section of this whole journal. Week after week, you are not going to want to say the exact same thing about reaching your goals. If you've prayed about this goal, if God told you that you were going to be able to do it, but every single week you disappoint yourself and Him by saying, I ain't do nothing, it gets real old real fast. And you're going to want to show up for yourself before you have to actually put that pen to paper. It causes you to show up. This battle is you against you. You're the only one that can hold you accountable to reaching your goals. Yes, we have clickage and we do hold each other accountable in our community. But when we're not actively in our chat, when we're not meeting online, and it's just you and those goals, it's up to you to show up. It's up to you to go to the gym. It's up to you to focus on the business plans. It's up to you to practice patience, to meal prep, to declutter your home, to show up for whatever goal that you said you wanted to accomplish. accomplish. After you have checked in weekly, every 4 weeks, you're going to check in on your monthly goals, identify what percentage you are at towards reaching that goal over the next 90 days, and reflect on your progress thus far. And this 90-day journal would not be complete if you did not have a dedicated space to review how things went over the course of the 12 weeks. Combining daily journaling, gratitude, and your goals in a sacred space increases the probability of you touching those goals and your ambitions every single day. It helps for you to be able to reduce stress and anxiety because you have a space where you can process your emotions as opposed to keeping them bottled up. It increases your self-awareness. When you start writing in your daily journal and looking at your weekly goals, you start to see patterns. You start identifying some of the things that you're doing to sabotage your success. You also start realizing that every time I do these things, like wake up at 5, meal prep my lunches, get in 10,000 steps every day, I have the most amazing week ever. When you combine your goals, daily journaling, and gratitude in one space, you're going to start identifying patterns that are going to help you to be unbelievably successful. Real growth happens from self-discovery, not from doing the same old thing the same old way you've always done it. It's time for change. I don't know who said it, but what you do not change, you choose. If today you close this app and you decide that I'm going to continue to journal the same way I have, all I have is a few minutes every single day to give to my thoughts and feelings. I'm not going to write down my goals. I'm not going to affirm myself. I'm not going to check in on my day, and I'm not going to celebrate my success. I want you to expect the same thing that you've gotten over the past few years of your life. But if you're ready for true systemic change that is going to help you to build lasting habits, create the legacy that you desire, and to finally do the thing that would help you become extremely proud of yourself, I don't care if you write it in the goals and gratitude journal or on the back of a scrap piece of paper, but I want to encourage you to do it. You have a business inside of you. You have dreams, you have goals, you have things that you want to accomplish. You want to feel better about yourself. You want to improve your relationships and communication. You're ready to move up from where you've always been. This is your glow up season, sis. And nobody's going to take life by the horns except for you. So I want to encourage you, if you have not started the 12-week Reset and Reinvent Yourself Challenge, there is still time to start. Make sure that you follow me every single Sunday because I will be releasing a brand new video that is going to encourage and empower you to be able to reach your goals. And every single Wednesday in the month of March, I'm going to be dropping business growth content to help you to scale or launch your business. Over the past 20 years, I have helped hundreds of women to realize their business growth goals and to help them to remove the mental blockages that they've had that have made them feel as if they were never going to be able to accomplish this goal. If that is content that you are consuming right now, make sure that you hit the subscription button and the notification bell because you're not going to want to miss a single episode over the next few weeks. I warned you that I was going to be dropping Julia Cameron's name a lot in this episode, and The Artist's Way is a book that I 100% suggest that you read. She has helped me get in my bag, honey. I hope that you can feel the energy and electricity coming from me across this camera. I'm ready to show up differently, and I can't wait for us to do this journey together. I want to thank MIDI Health again for being the amazing sponsor of this episode, and I just want to let you know that I love you, sis, and I hope that you're doing something every single day to reach your most ambitious goals.